Alright, this video is mainly going to be around people who are just getting into the cryptocurrency, want to know a little bit of tips and tricks, maybe what to look for when trying to find what's the right cryptocurrency, maybe what are the most popular websites that people use, and how do you really maybe evaluate a coin, and if you did find a coin that you like, how can you go about buying it? And a little bit more about risks and pros on holding money on certain exchanges or particular wallets. So I'm going to address all of that for you today. So, no further ado, let's get started. So pretty much if you want to get involved in cryptocurrency, you're going to have to hold some cryptos, right? So how do you go about doing that? I mean, the way that I started off was usually with a Coinbase account, or depending where you're from, you could go to BTC markets, but it's probably the most easiest way, and then you just link that up with your bank account, whatever country you're from, and from there you can exchange and purchase your first cryptocurrencies. Now, typically with these type of exchanges, they generally have a very limited amount of cryptocurrency. For example, Coinbase has around about 4 different types of cryptocurrencies that you can purchase, like Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin, while some others may have some extra choices like Ethereum Classic. Generally, when I'm purchasing my initial coins, I stick with currencies like Ethereum or Litecoin. The reasons why I don't buy Bitcoin at the moment is pretty simple. It's just that it costs a lot with the transaction fees. It can be quite slow as well, where Litecoin and Ethereum are a lot cheaper. And I think they are a more superior coin. And I really believe that a lot more people are going to get involved with these type of coins, and probably less people will start pulling away from Bitcoin. Now, generally with coins that are in Coinbase at this stage, I mean, they have huge market caps. And that's why a lot of people got excited when that Ripple was going to enter into Coinbase. And that could cause the price to skyrocket. But look, right now, there's a lot of uncertainty at this stage. I do recollect that Coinbase's Twitter, they did specify that they don't have any potential plan, but they could have just done that to protect themselves. Ripple could be coming into play. Look, I'm not too sure. It wouldn't surprise me if it did. But that's just one thing to watch out for. If there are things like announcements or speculation around these type of exchanges implementing new coins, that's what can really capture the market. So if you ever hear about announcements like this or speculation, you'll typically see the coins shoot up. Okay, so you got your coins now in Coinbase, and you want to move this into exchange so you can get a lot more diversity within your portfolio, because something that I recommend and a lot of problems that people make when they first start off is they only invest in 1 or 2 coins. I mean, look, that's a big gamble, that's high risk, high return, but then you're not really diversifying your portfolio. So you've got to make sure that you have exposure over a number of different types of coins, and try not to pick coins that are going to be investing in kind of the same thing, or might be a fork of just another coin, so it could be outdated. So try and invest in things that are in maybe different industries, have different ideas, are differently unique to one another, and you tend to see a lot more risk spread out within your portfolio. I typically haven't had really any major losses, but also if you're hearing a lot of people on YouTube saying that they're making crazy gains, the first question you got to ask them is, all right, how much have you lost? Because anyone who says they haven't lost money are fucking liars, okay? Look, I've lost money investing in cryptocurrency a couple of times, but my gains have outweighed my losses. So look, you got to be careful of that type of thing, and be careful of who you listen to as well. But just make sure that you, like I say, do your due diligence, do your research, get your education, and then make sure that investment's right for you. All right, so some of the exchanges that I tend to like would be, well, the first one I got a hold of was Bittrex. I thought Bittrex was pretty good. I think it's really easy, particularly people who are just getting into cryptocurrency. It's really intuitive. It's probably one of the most easiest ones to read and simplified. It's not the best exchange. I think there is going to be a bit of a slow process now on registrations, but this is happening on all exchanges like Cryptopia as well. Look, a lot of people like Cryptopia. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's a little bit buggy and not exactly, I don't know how to say it, too live. Like sometimes I have to keep refreshing the page to get like updated figures, where on other exchanges it's not really like that. But honestly, my favorite exchange, and it's really popular one now, is Binance. Binance is absolutely fantastic. You got pretty much so many coins that you can get on that. I never had a problem. Every coin that I wanted to buy usually came through on Binance. But if you're looking for really obscure coins, like for example Pack, then you probably have to go and look at other websites like Cryptopia. So to find out, what kind of exchange that currency is going to be on, this is where two of my most favorite websites will be CoinCheckup and CoinMarketCap. Either one can be good. I think CoinMarketCap's a little bit better to find out more of the structure of the coin, where CoinCheckup's a little bit more of about analysis and how it's been performing. So CoinMarketCap, if you go onto there and just look up the coin that you want to look at, so let's, for example, we want to look at Pack. Okay, so in Pack, we'll look it up, we'll click on it, we'll find out where it is. It will open up to this new page, and from there we'll just go to markets, and under markets that will pop up and let us know exactly what exchanges it's trading on. So here it says that it's trading on Yobit and also Cryptopia. So right away we know that we can only get these coins from these particular type of exchanges and the type of currency that we're going to need to purchase them. So we're going to have to go get an exchange at Cryptopia, where from there we're going to have to exchange whatever currency we bought in Coinbase or our other exchanges, use the receive addresses on Cryptopia, and put that in the withdrawal on the exchanges that we're currently on. So with CoinCheckup, so pretty much why I love this is that it just gives you a really good indicator of market past performance. A lot of people, emotions come into play when they see this. They may see a coin's gone up 800%, so all of a sudden they put all their money into it. But those are the real risks, I guess, that you've got to be careful of when investing in cryptocurrency. And the questions you got to ask yourself, okay, why has it gone 800%? Because there's no point putting your money into something without understanding what exactly has happened. And that's what a lot of people do with cryptocurrencies like Pack and royalties. They invest a big chunk of the money as soon as it's gone up, and then all of a sudden it crashes. Because as we know, there are a couple of things like pump and dumps that can occur, and these things that you've got to be mindful of. So do your research and find out exactly what's happened. But usually that's an indicator that there has been some kind of an announcement, and the market has picked up, and they're all starting to swing with that coin now. And some basic things you can look at, and you can do this on either one of those websites. So you can go and look at the market cap of each particular coin. From there, you can have a look at what the circulation is and also the price of that coin as well. So you can kind of come up with some predictions, and I think that's what a lot of people on YouTube are doing, is they're just coming up with these numbers in their head and just assuming about whether or not the coin can actually get to that price, but they don't actually have any kind of economic background about whether or not that's possible. They're simply just guessing and speculating. So never think that that is what's going to happen. It's not guaranteed as well, because you don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen. But it can give you a rough estimate. For example, people saying that Ripple's going to get to $100 or $1,000. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm going to say it's probably very unlikely. For Ripple to get to $5, look, I'd probably say that it's quite likely. I'm not a big fan of Ripple because I don't think it's like one of the major cryptocurrencies, and why people who are fans of cryptocurrencies would invest in this type of coin, because I think it's a bank coin. A lot of people say it's for banksters, but look, if it's all about making a couple of bucks, then fuck, why not? But unlike shares, I mean, cryptocurrency can be a little bit more difficult to evaluate, just using Ripple as an example again. Because every time Ripple does do a transaction, some of those cryptocurrencies is lost, which means that its circulation is going to eventually keep decreasing over time, making the coin even more valuable. So that's why I do think that this coin is going to keep increasing potentially into the future, as long as more people keep adopting it. But I guess my whole point around this is, how do you figure out, what this coin may potentially be? Simply what you're doing is you're looking at the current market cap and its current price. So if we say that the current market cap is around about $150,000 for Ripple as we speak, and the price in, this is AUD, is $4, then typically, if the market cap was to double to say 300,000, then we're probably looking at around about, and this is just roughly an estimate of $8 for Ripple, but it could be potentially more, factoring what I said about how some of those cryptocurrencies can decrease over time. And that's why Bitcoin is $22,000 today. Even though its market cap is just about double of Ripple, it has a less circulation supply. It's only got around about 16 million. So that's why it's these type of things that are all going to factor into the price, and why some may seem bigger and some may seem smaller. So just because you're buying a coin at, say, 2 cents, doesn't necessarily make it a cheap coin. That could be overinflated. And that's another thing you got to be mindful of. So even with these little coins, you got to check out what that market cap is, what that circulation supply is, and how it has performed in the past, and what's their roadmap. Because if they don't have a roadmap, then you're not going to grow. I mean, you wouldn't buy a plant and not water it, right? So it's the same kind of thing. If you're going to be buying a coin, you got to make sure that their developers, their dev team, their roadmap is going to be really good in order for that coin to continue to grow. So now that we're trading in, say, Bittrex or Binance or Cryptopia or Yobit, all right, we got to understand exactly, is it safe to leave my money or my coins on these exchanges? And the answer is no. Simply, it's no. Okay, fuck off. You should not leave any of your coins on the exchanges. Now, look, if you've got a small amount on there and you don't really mind, then look, that's okay. But if you've got large sums, you should be not leaving them on the exchanges. The reasons for that is the whole point about cryptocurrency is having control over your own funds. So if you put all your coins on these exchanges, then you've lost pretty much some part of control within your currency. And that's the whole thing about wallets and making sure that, if there is things that happen on these exchanges like hackers or regulation, you're still going to know that you've got this money in your wallet. It's all in your control and they can't do anything about that. So that's probably the most important thing. So my first point of advice is that if you do purchase a coin on the exchange, then look, try and get your money off it and into its appropriate wallets. Generally, you can just look at the website of that cryptocurrency and see if they got their own wallets. I like to sometimes use a portfolio. There's a great one called Exodus. I think that's really good for people getting started, but still, it's not 100% secure. But probably the best thing to go and the most popular is the SD Nano Ledger, where you can actually hold that all offline. It's like a USB. It's probably the best way to go if you want to try and look at securing your money and yeah. So other than that, that's just a few hints and tips how to get started, what things to probably look for, looking at what kind of websites you should be using in order to measure and evaluate what kind of coins are appropriate. Look, generally, I think the top 100 are very good. But anything other than that, look, there's a lot of trash out there, and sometimes we just got to sort through it. But hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So look, from here, look, I'll make another video. I'll probably be focusing on now some particular coins. One of my favorites is that I'm looking at the moment is ENG, which is like a cryptocurrency for the gaming industry. I think this coin is really cool, so I'll probably do a video about that. I think it's got a big future towards it in a huge industry. Yeah, so like that video. Comment, let me know what your thoughts are. If you want me to do any kind of evaluations on certain coins, what it's all about, just let me know. But yeah, look, sweet guys, you know what to do. And shiver me timbers, subscribe.